Okay, I think it's working now. Nice. Sweet, it works.
Match found.
Join.
Oh.
I will get inside their inventor's head. Even brilliant minds will break to madness. Here.
KJ's in mid. I'm a liar, she's going CT.
Wow, holy man. That was
Oh,
terrible.
oh, she's one tap.
Planted.
One enemy remaining.
I need to turn up my voice. Quiet, huh?
Don't mess up that pretty face, Phoenix.
Wow. There we go. Maybe I should turn this down. And then I'm louder. There we go. Cool.
Chaos.
Spike down B.
Bitch. Listen to some Joe Rogan, huh?
Last player standing.
For the next day, and they were hooking up, and then he had a stomach ache and went to the bathroom for a while, and then when he came out, she was dead.
Well, he had heard a scream or something.
Well, he said that he was listening to headphones, so he didn't hear anything.
Oh, gee.
Anyone have any splints? I may have
The
jammed
fact
my
that they didn't
fingers.
convict him on that,
Multiple.
just the whole insanity of the story. It only, to me, it only seemed like that was even remotely plausible because they were so determined to convict you
Yes.
and Raffaello.
Yeah. So, and the only reason they were like incentivized to convict Raffaele was because he was my alibi. So yeah, that and let's talk about like Raffaele because no one ever cared about him. Like in his own book, he talks about how he was Mr. Nobody. Like nobody actually cared about him. No one cared if he had a motive or not. No one cared that he only knew me for 5 days. Like he's not going to go commit murder for someone that he met 5 days ago.
You never know.
Well, okay, maybe.
Spike
But-
carriers
Maybe
down.
it was a, you know,
Spike
really
down
good
A.
relationship.
I
It was a great 5 days.
yeah, roller coaster. But like no evidence was implicating him. Like he showed that he was like on his computer. Like there was all of this evidence that he was
home.
like at home, and no one
Last
cared
player
because they were like,
standing.
well, you're.
All right,
you're
40
not
on the
gonna
Raze,
alibi,
102 on
you
the
deal with
Phoenix.
her.
Did they have the ability to track phones back then in terms of like cell phone data?
Thank you.
Did
I-
they
I
have
got the
ability
assist
to
at least.
track,
My life
like,
was
where your
justified.
phone was in relationship to a tower.
They were
appreciate
doing
that.
that, but
Win.
where I lived
where'd it
and where
go?
Raphael lived was actually quite close, and so it was possible that like the towers that we were using were like interchangeable, basically. So like the main thing that really would confirm or not whether or not we were there when this crime was committed was whether or not there's fucking DNA
Right.
there. And like the thing that's always bothered me about, and think about motivated reasoning, my prosecutor is like, well, you know, she's covered with a blanket. A woman must have been involved. Well, she was also sexually assaulted and stabbed to death. That's usually something that men do when they're like, if we're talking about what women do when they're committing murder, the vast majority of the time
Shot,
it's
bro.
going to be something like hitting someone with a car or poisoning. Like if we're going to talk about like base rate reality, like what do women do when they're committing murder? The telltale signs are not do they cover a body with a blanket.
Right. Right.
It's it's usually the types of crime, like the type of methodology.
And even then,
But even
in
then,
a fit of rage, a woman is capable of stabbing.
Enemy
absolutely,
remaining.
absolutely.
Out of charges.
But the fact that like we're looking at it, like if we're genuinely looking at a crime scene when there's a body, young woman sexually assaulted, stabbed to death, tons of DNA of one dude
All over the house.
all over her body, all over like in her his fingerprints in her blood, his footprints in her blood, like
Nice.
his DNA everywhere. What is the likelihood that 3 people were involved in that scenario and that only his DNA was left behind? Like that's the thing that like really bothers me is my prosecutor having motivated reasoning to not like having this bias to not change his perspective about how there were multiple people I had to be involved. He said, well, Amanda must have cleaned up her DNA and left Rudy Gades behind so she could frame
Hilarious.
him.
Imagine you would be that good.
It's impossible. Like
Yeah.
I remember a detective friend of mine was like, you should get the Nobel Prize in like chemistry if you were capable of doing that because there's no way you can't tell where your DNA is. How do you? Yeah,
We talked about the Italian
What?
legal system on the podcast recently.
you did.
He's
Because,
gushed.
Yes, an unrelated incident. They convicted geologists
He's gushed
of
right now, bro.
manslaughter because
the
they hadn't
earthquake.
predicted an earthquake.
Yeah.
It's one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever read in my life. These
Last
poor
player
people had to
standing.
Oh,
literally go to
mid.
court
Mid.
and spend an enormous portion of their life defending themselves, lost, and then had to win on appeal,
Yeah.
which is
Scapegoating.
fucking terrifying because there's no science whatsoever that anyone can predict accurately earthquake, especially not the magnitude of the earthquake.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's seen on multiple levels, because what you're looking at is someone who's saying, okay, a lot of people died, this horrible tragedy happened, and usually when it's a natural disaster, we all agree that, like, sometimes
Easy.
fate fucking sucks. And, like, it's horrible and people die. And, yeah, there are probably things that we could have done to prevent that, like having better, like, building structures that would you know, resist earthquakes better. But instead of, like, pointing the finger at, you know, could we better protect ourselves from this kind of natural disaster, we're just going to point at the scientists who are supposed to know when earthquakes are going to happen and how bad they're going to be. Like, of course not. But there is that impulse to
Oh, he ulted for mid.
especially by
He's
authority,
going corridor.
to point the finger at someone
He's
who
coming
has
back.
fewer resources and power to defend themselves, and say, I'm just going to put this on you. You're going to be the face.
The problem is it's so dumb and so arrogant. And the idea that they did not consult with scientists to try to understand how this equipment works, try to understand, like, what's the current state of the understanding of the science. Like, what do they do to predict earthquakes? And then they charge these guys with manslaughter. Just
Unfortunate.
astounding.
Very unfortunate.
Stupid.
Yeah. I didn't actually follow the end of that case. Were they able to?
Yes, they won on
Okay,
appeal.
that's great.
But they
it was
should
on
go back and
appeal?
sue.
They had to
yeah,
be.
had
They
to
got
they-
convicted first.
Yeah, they got convicted. Yeah, that's correct, right, Jamie?
I think they were even in jail for like a year or two, even the beta.
It's
No
really
shit.
interesting.
Yeah, Italian
I
legal
should talk
system.
to them.
Yeah, it's stunning. It's a stunning case. You know, these are scientists, and
Yeah.
then their whole life is uprooted. Whoever convicted them should also go to jail. Go to jail for a long period of time, and it should be a public prosecution where you should, like, let people know, like, you're a bad person.
Yeah.
Like, what you've done, you've abused your position of power. Your arrogance has led to the complete total destruction of
serious,
someone's life
man?
who did
Gotta be kidding
nothing
me.
but study science,
Mhm.
did nothing but study geology and try to figure out, or seismology or whatever it is that they study.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Terrifying.
I'd be interested to
Hey,
know.
yeah, watch out mid.
Because my own prosecutor was actually
there might be one on
on
flank,
trial
too.
for abuse of office while he was trying me.
Looks like
Oh.
that.
And I'm curious to know
Maybe half second out.
how
About
they
six.
actually. I've not looked into
How do I
this.
change
How
this?
what sort of
There we go.
consequences they have in Italy for that, because and how that compare here to the kinds of protections.
I'm a
that
liar.
prosecutors
I'm a liar.
have.
I can't aim.
Insane amount of
Down
immunity,
mid.
even for
Last player standing.
overt corrupt activities that they do in the course of their prosecutions. So it's,
Scary.
yeah,
Power is so scary. Like, that kind of power. The
I'll take it.
power, and also the influence and sort of cronyism, like being deeply attached to the criminal justice system for many, many years over there,
30
being
seconds
respected, being a part of this investigative world where they're all the cops and they're all just like, they know each other and you know, they look out for each other.
Probably best to play as
The
team.
fact that they didn't change their story once they had all the DNA evidence of that Rudy guy, and then it was all over it. They didn't go, okay, we've made a mistake, and instead they doubled down. And not only that, but didn't go after him for the murder.
well, they did.
But they didn't convict him of the murder, I should say.
So what
What did they convict him of?
So they convicted him of her rape, because it was only his DNA that was found inside of her body. And they convicted him of conspiracy to commit murder. So basically taking part in a murder, but not being the one to actually plunge the knife.
But this was a fabrication by this is the prosecutor's idea, that he
Yes.
was there with Raffaele and that you guys held her down.
Yes. So they say that the scenario that
Alright.
my prosecutor painted.
Guess we don't
and
clear
he
sights
painted
anymore.
a few different
Guess it's
scenarios
unrated,
because
don't
he
matter.
couldn't really, like, his imagination was going wild, and there wasn't a lot of actual. Obviously, there wasn't any evidence to support any of them, but he kept thinking, okay, it's the day after Halloween, so maybe it's a satanic sex ritual. We know that there's some kind of sex thing involved. We know
Oh,
that
corridor.
Amanda is like, well, we know that Amanda has sex with people, so she's probably a sexually obsessed person, and Meredith looked down on her for being a sexually obsessed person. So what is likely to have happened in his brain is that I was hanging out with Raffaele and Rudy. Meredith comes home. She starts scolding me for my bad morals, and then I'm like, you know what, bitch? We're gonna rape you and kill you. That's his scenario, and it's so unfortunate on so many levels because I mean, it says more about him than it says about anyone else that he would imagine that that's just how people react to each other. And
This was not his initial idea, though, right? Was this his initial idea?
I mean, his initial idea was that I was involved somehow. He didn't know how, but he thought that I was involved somehow. I knew something. I was covering up for someone. And that's why he interrogated me for 53 hours over 5 days.
It's really scary
What
that
the
they can
fuck
do
just
that,
happened
right?
here?
It's like you can get someone to say a lot of things if you can get alone with them in a room, scare
Backside.
the fuck out of them, and just torture them.
Well,
like,
I'm glad
essentially.
you
One
know that
enemy
because,
remaining.
like, a lot of people don't know that.
You can get people to crack.
Oh, absolutely. Like, it's,
People crack when they get pulled over by the cops for speeding.
oh, yeah.
People crack for all kinds of things. They
Oh, yeah.
crack if they have a joint in their glove box.
Mm-hmm.
People crack.
Yeah.
You know, when authority is scaring you, coming down on you, and in your case, actually hit you a couple times.
Easy.
And you're 20,
Yeah.
right? Like
I was 20.
your brain isn't even fully formed.
My brain isn't fully formed. My friend had just been murdered. I was alone in a foreign country, and people who I was entrusting my life and safety to were screaming at me that I was wrong, that I was never going to see my family again, that I was super traumatized, that I had seen something so horrible that I must have just completely blocked it out.
Oh my
And
god.
Here's
Attackers
and
win.
here's
Get
a
me outta
scenario
here,
that
I
would
hate
explain
Breeze.
that.
Oh
Look,
my
you have a text
God.
message from your boss, Patrick Lumumba. You must have met him that night. You must have seen him murder Meredith. Just admit it. Just admit it. Remember, remember, remember. They kept telling me, like, the gross thing about it was they kept telling me to remember. They didn't even tell me to, like, admit it. They were telling me that I just couldn't remember it. And I had to remember, or else I was never going to see my family again.
So were you thinking that you just had to tell them whatever they wanted to hear just so you could get out of there?
Honestly, I started to question my own sanity. I started to believe
This
them
is
that I must have
ridiculous.
witnessed something horrible, and I just couldn't remember it, and that's the only explanation for why they would treat me that way.
How long did that
Match
take before you
found.
think you started questioning your sanity?
So I was, a few hours into that final interrogation. That was in the middle of the
Icebox.
night. I
Fuck,
was
man.
not prepared to be
Maps.
interrogated at all because honestly, they didn't even call me in that night. They called my boyfriend Raffaele, but I was staying with him, and I was afraid to be alone at home because a murder was on the loose. And so I went with him, and I was waiting in the lobby, like by the elevator, waiting for him to come out from questioning. And then they brought me in, and just went on and on and on. And so I cracked eventually. So the thing that cracked me too was they brought in an interpreter, right? Someone who actually spoke English, because for a long time I was just talking to people in Italian, and I was worried that I wasn't even comprehensible. I thought that the reason why they were yelling at me was because I was doing something wrong. Like I just wasn't explaining myself correctly. And then
How fluent were you at the
I
time?
mean, I had been there for like 5 weeks. So I was
And you took Italian before?
I had taken Italian for a year before, so I was about as fluent as, I like to say I had about the fluency of a 10-year-old, but I think that that's even generous because I could speak in certain tenses. My vocabulary was totally limited, though. So there were limited things that I actually had the words to say. And I remember even when I, shortly after I was interrogated and signed the statements that they had written up for me, they finally stopped yelling at me. They left me alone. I had a moment to just like be off to the side, quiet to myself, and I was like, oh my god, what just happened? Everything is wrong. This is all wrong.
What?
I need to tell them that it's all wrong. And I can't just go up in front of a jury right now and say, this is the person who did it. I saw him do it. Like, I don't actually remember that. And I told them, I need
Yo,
to
what's
tell
up,
you, I
Minnow
need to
King?
tell you. And they were like, no, you'll remember. Don't worry about it. Like, we don't need to talk anymore. You'll remember. Just stay over there and keep remembering. And I was like, no, I'm not remembering. I'm not
Make sure my
remembering. And
mic's loud
eventually I
enough
asked
so you
them,
can
like,
hear me.
please give me a piece of paper because they weren't listening to me.
There we go.
So I wrote on this piece of paper, I'm so confused. They were yelling at me.
What's
like,
up, man?
I can't actually testify to this. And I gave it to them, and I was like, here's a gift, because I didn't have the word for like, here's my recantation.
Right.
I was just like, I'm giving this to you. I need you to hear me. And they were like, okay, whatever. We're taking you to jail. Actually, they didn't even tell me they were taking me to jail. They were telling me that I was being taken to a holding place for my own protection, and that I was an important witness.
Spike down.
So they didn't
Attackers
tell
bomb.
you
we have
you
Spike,
were
let's go.
being taken to jail because you were one of the people they were accusing.
No, I was already in prison before I was ever actually told you are being.
That jet just dumpstered on me.
You are suspected for the killing of Meredith Kircher. I was already in prison.
How long had you known this Meredith girl for?
A few weeks.
And you'd met her just because you'd all
This game is
moved there at the
bugging
same
now.
time?
What the hell?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you
I
were
mean,
sharing a place together.
yeah. So she had moved in before me, but
You can get on top of
basically
that
there
thing?
were 2 rooms to let in this little house that was right next to the university, and we both happened to pick a flyer.
And did you guys hang out a lot? Did you know her well? Was she a good friend, or was she just someone you lived with?
She was like a budding friend. Like, we definitely hung out. We would go to pizza together. I remember we went to, like, there's this famous chocolate festival that's in Perugia where they would, like, take huge refrigerator-sized blocks of chocolate and, like, carve them, which was super cool. I'm very into that. And we would go and check that out together. But we weren't, like, the best of friends. Like, she had a friend group of other young women from Great Britain that she hung out with a lot more than she hung out with me. But that isn't to say that we didn't go out dancing together or go out to
Oops,
dinner
wrong
together.
button.
We definitely did that.
The moment you found out that she had been murdered, what was that like?
It's
So you're guaranteed to get a
confusing
kill.
because I
Ooh,
knew
awkward.
that something was wrong as soon as I found, like,
Yikes.
came home and I found that there was a
Win
window
your
broken
ones.
into
Shut up,
and
TV.
Meredith wasn't answering her phone. But I didn't understand what was wrong. I didn't know.
I got
And
my
when the
ones that
police
time.
came in and broke down her door and everyone started screaming, I didn't see into her room. I never actually saw her body.
You should get on,
And
Frank.
so I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if that was Meredith in the room. In fact, I remember at the first thing that Philomena, one of my roommates, started yelling was, "A foot, a foot." And I was like, oh my God, is there like a severed foot in Meredith's room? Like, I don't know what's going on. Philomena is hysterical, and I don't know what's going on. Everyone's yelling in Italian, speaking really quickly. I don't understand. So I actually was relying on Raffaele to translate for me, like, what is going on? He was like, I don't know, let me figure it out. And we were all like shoved out of the house, and finally someone is like, it's Meredith, and she's dead. And I was like, oh my God.
Ooh, that's
Like,
awkward.
It was outside of the house that someone was telling me her body was in there. And someone told me that there was all this blood. I remember
eating.
not
We'll get on after you
actually
eat.
knowing like how she had died until I went to the police office and I asked. I was like being questioned, and one of the police officers was like, and so like I sort of learned over the course of that day the details
One
of it,
enemy remaining.
but I didn't fully
Spike down mid.
understand like what had really happened. Like, as far as I knew, you know, I mean, it was clear that there was a break-in. Like, the window had been broken into. It was Philomena's room. All of her stuff was all over the place. It wasn't clear to me
Oh,
what had
think about
happened. though.
why'd you put
And
that
it wasn't
dumbass
until over the
emoji,
course
bro?
of that whole day
What the
and piecing
fuck?
together what I was hearing, that I understood the gravity of the situation, that she had been sexually assaulted, that she had been stabbed to death, that it was a struggle. It was all like, I remember the first thought, and it's a guilty thought that I had. I remember thinking, thank God I wasn't home. Because that could have been me. And a part of me, like, over time felt really guilty about that thought, because I thought maybe if I was home and there had been 2 of us, maybe the outcome would have been different. Maybe we would have been able to fend him off together. But here's, you know, an athletic guy wielding a knife. I'm not sure that we would have. And maybe I would have been dead too. So it's kind of a thought that comes back to mind a lot when I think about this, and how fortuitous it was.
Oh my
that I
God.
just happened to be in this like brand new romance and hanging
'Kay.
out with my new boyfriend all the time, every waking moment that I could. And that's what happened.
It's hard for me to imagine the jolt of a 20-year-old life where
My
you
God.
live overseas, going to school, involved in this new
Got melted,
romantic
bro.
relationship, and then out of nowhere, boom, you're a suspect in a murder.
Yeah. Well, and what's interesting is I didn't know. Like, I didn't know that I was a suspect. It's like the boom for me was someone close to me just died, and that could have been me. And now what?
And then it was all those things that piled on, they get piling on.
Yeah. And then, you know, I'm in jail. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is all just a horrible misunderstanding. Like, I'm sure they're going to figure it out sometime. I remember, like, the first 2 years of my imprisonment, I was convinced that like, it was all just a big misunderstanding, and somebody would figure it out. And I was convinced. I was convinced that there was no possible way that people could actually believe that I was involved. Like that, even just not because of it me, but because there wasn't any evidence there. Like it was so patently obvious to me that like this idea of me, this Foxy Noxy character that was being constructed in the courtroom, this Luciferina, like this idea of a person was obviously made up. It was
90.
so
Damn.
obvious to me, and yet.
And it seemed like the Italian media just ran with it, though.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that was one of the big sort of regrets that especially my family had was at the very beginning they were advised to not speak to the media at all because they were just going to make a field day of it. There was, you know, in the same way that there was never going to, once I was accused, there was never going to be anything that I could do to prove my innocence in the eyes of people.
Last player standing.
My lawyers were also worried that there was nothing my family could say but that would not be twisted and turned into something that would just further fuel the scandal mongering. And what that meant was there was a void. There was a void in which who I was, my very identity, could be constructed out of total fantasy that was the only thing the only reason why it was being constructed was to further this scandal and to sell more papers. Like that was the reason why it wasn't the public interest of the story that kept the Sun in Britain reporting on this case. Like they were reporting on whether or not I ate pizza like for the days leading up to my arrest. Like
It's just selling.
It's just selling papers.
Do they have? I'm not that familiar with the Italian news media, but do they have like sort of a tabloid nature to the way they do the news?
Well, paparazzo is an Italian word.
Those motherfuckers.
And yeah, I mean, the same way that Great Britain also has a really sketchy tabloid culture, there is a sensationalist bent to it that's very much a result of like the
I got
Berlusconi
baited.
era of news. So I don't know if you're very familiar with Berlusconi and how his like legacy
is bad.
shaped the way
No, I'm
media
not.
works. Oh yeah, I mean, he's kind of like the Donald Trump of Italy, where he starts out as this media personality who is really, really known for just like having that sort of reality show, strippers in every show kind of vibe, where he's just giving the people what they want and
30 seconds left.
you know, outrage culture. And then he turned that into a political career and then ran the country for a ridiculous, how long? Some ridiculously long time.
Like 10 years more?
More.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably what Trump wanted too.
10 seconds
Is he
left.
trying again? Do
Oh
you think-
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna 100%.
Spike
Yeah.
He's probably
planted.
gonna win.
You think so?
How is Joe Biden gonna win? How is it possible that he's gonna beat anybody? After you've seen him speak, after you've seen the decay and the decline,
Yeah.
how is it possible?
It's not very inspiring.
They've done a terrible job. The Democrats fucked up royally by making that guy the president.
Do you think that like they're going to allow someone else, like Kamala, to run
She
in
would
his
lose
stead?
just as badly. She's the most hated vice president according to polls. The least liked, I should say, vice president in 50 years.
Yeah, I wasn't
don't-
very excited about her, given her
The whole thing,
history
yes.
with wrongful convictions.
Exactly, I would imagine. Yeah, well, that was one of the things that Josh Dubin talked about on my podcast with him. He went into great detail about her history of wrongful convictions.
Yeah.
Not just that, but the fact that she kept prisoners in past the date they were supposed to be released.
Oh, I didn't know that
Force
part.
them to use them as cheap labor to fight wildfires.
One enemy
There's
remaining.
more than that. She withheld DNA evidence. She made
That
it,
I know
yeah.
about. Yes.
There's a lot to it. It's awful stuff. It's awful stuff. And if she did wind up running for president,
Oh my god.
that would get. I mean, it
Defenders
did
win.
during the debate. Tulsi Gabbard exposed her during the debates.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that knocked her down. She was one of the favorites initially.
Yeah.
And then when Tulsi Gabbard exposed her, everybody's like, what the fuck? Is that real? And then they started looking it up. They're like, holy shit. Someone made an image of all the people that were either wrongfully convicted or she kept in jail. And it's, one of those pictures of these people, and they made her out of it.
What the
You know those things where they
Yeah,
do?
yeah. No,
You know?
I can imagine it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's crazy. It's crazy that's the choice. Like, you have Donald Trump or a man who's got something seriously wrong, right? Is a guy who's had multiple aneurysms, had actual brain surgery, and is 78 years old and is experiencing some sort of pretty radical cognitive decline and is in some way controlled by the other people in the party, whether it's Nancy Pelosi or whoever else. And, he keeps saying things like, they tell me not to answer questions or tell me
Yeah,
not to do
I've
that.
heard about that.
Hey, motherfucker, you're the president. Could you imagine Obama saying that? They tell me not to answer questions. Of
Yeah.
course not. He was the fucking president. When Obama was the president, he was the fucking president. You believed it. He represented America like
We needed him to
Yes,
be
a
daddy, and he
statesman.
was daddy.
he was a statesman. He was a hugely intelligent, very articulate, like my favorite president in
Yeah.
terms of like, I don't agree with everything he said or did,
Sure.
especially the drone shit, but there's a lot of that. But fuck, what do I know?
No one's perfect.
I couldn't imagine being a person who they blame everything on, who's responsible for the economy, who's responsible for international relations, who's responsible for the military, who's responsible for like across the board. Every time there's a natural disaster, every time whatever the fuck it is,
Yeah.
you're responsible.
Yeah.
Shoo, fuck all that.
Well,
a
I feel
fun
like
character
he's
to play.
basically said that by being like, I'm going to go windsurfing now. Like, you guys can deal with it. Do you
Yeah.
have, like, any sense of whether or not the United States is ever going to have
I've
a
never played
three-party
Cypher. Let's play
system?
Cypher.
Like, Yang is trying to open that door. Do you think that that's...
He has no chance. I don't think he has a chance. He couldn't win the mayor. He couldn't. It's like it's not in the cards. I mean, unless something radically changes with him in the landscape, he's not going to be able to do it. Ross Perot came the closest to doing it. But the problem with that was when Ross Perot did it, he made it so that people that were thinking about voting for George Herbert Walker Bush, George W. Bush's dad, again, didn't. And that's how Clinton wound up being president.
But do you think that, like, his platform for UBI is going to be the thing that, like, actually
No,
ends up
not
speaking
his
to people?
platform.
Hmm.
I mean, I think UBI may become a very important. It may become a very important point once automation really does kick in. If he's correct, and if many other people are correct, automation is going to take a lot of jobs away. Artificial intelligence that does the job of standard human beings, where you could have one person essentially monitoring systems that take the jobs of hundreds, if not thousands, of people, it's seemingly inevitable. But I don't know enough about it. I've been warned by people who do understand it that it's going to be literal job apocalypse. That you're going to have massive amounts of people out of work. I have a position on work that's very conflicted because one part of me is very disciplined. And I believe in hard work. I believe that ultimately there's an element of meritocracy in most businesses.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of businesses where cronyism and nepotism and corruption stifle meritocracy, and those are dangerous, sneaky businesses, and they're very prevalent. But I also grew up poor, and my family was on welfare. We were on food stamps. I remember very
Okay.
clearly being.
It's going right there.
I remember being nervous about whether or not we'd have enough food. I remember that being a young boy, thinking that way. I remember drinking powdered
Well, they're
milk.
going to be anyway.
I remember it. We benefited from welfare. And my parents worked hard. They got off of it, and then eventually did very well. And then when I was in high school, we lived in a decent neighborhood. It was a nice place, middle class neighborhood. So I've seen
What the fuck?
the benefit.
These unrated kids
to
are crazy
families
today.
of social aid and of welfare and of this idea that there's people that have bad circumstances. They were unfortunate. And as a community, which is what a country's supposed to be, it's supposed to be a massive community. I'm very interested in helping people that are unfortunate. I'm very interested in giving people the opportunity to work hard, because it's not as simple as everybody's on the same starting line and some people just work harder than others and that's how they get there. That's bullshit. But I also believe in working hard. And I think there are some people that they don't necessarily think that hard work is important, that it is a factor at all. They want to look at it as an absolute, like that everything is corruption and everything is fortune and everything is privilege and everything is, and they're grifters.
Sure.
And they hop on this idea and they hop on this idea and they sell it to people that are unfortunate. They sell it to people that aren't doing well. And that it's not about hard work. And that it's not about discipline, it's not about focus, and it's not about like forcing yourself to
Was
organize
very blind
and
there.
making sure you get things done, and then trusting in the process that eventually that will lead to progress and it'll lead to more success. I believe that there's a lot of people out there that are lazy and they blame others for their own failures, and I think there's a lot of people that they latch on to social movements and they latch on to strife and they latch on to people that have anger about their place in life, and they offer them excuses and they offer them reasons for why other people have done better. So there's so many things that are working at the same time. There's definitely corruption, there's definitely income inequality, there's definitely some very fucking shady laws when it comes to taxes and corporations, and there's a lot going on there. But I don't think that regular work is necessarily the most important thing. The idea of universal basic income to me is that all of your like basic human needs would be met. You would have food, you would have a place to live. That's kind of it. I mean, if you're getting whatever Andrew Yang was proposing, I think it was very low. It was like $1,200 a month or something like that.
Exactly.
That's all you get. I mean,
Well,
you
and
get
that's
like
what I was
food.
That's what I was gonna propose. Is like I do agree that like
This
there's
game is like
absolutely
the most
genuine
tiny
value in
bullshit
hard
I've
work.
ever seen.
What is the other aspect of that is dignity, though, right?
Yes.
Like you can work really hard and feel like a slave, like
Yeah.
and be like demeaned and feel like all of the work that you're doing and all the time and all the sacrifices you make, even just in terms of time. Like I have so much respect and I understand the value of time. Like I understand that.
Imagine you more than many.
And so like for someone to be told my time is worth $7, my time that I could be spending with my kids is worth $7, and I have to sacrifice time with my kids, which is priceless, so that I can get $7 so I can feed them, is the most undignified shit that I like. It's so like in a rich society like ours, I feel like that's kind of unacceptable. Like we can do better than that.
I agree with you. The idea, though, if I was going to play devil's advocate, I think, let me just say this right away. I think that the basic wage, the minimum wage, should be much higher than $7. I agreed with the $15 minimum wage. I think it probably should be. I mean, if you work all day, you should have enough money for food.
I
Hey,
only
Astra,
feel
he went mid,
okay
by the way.
giving someone $20 an hour.
Well, it sounds like a small amount.
It is.
You work all
ultimately.
fucking hour for eating and you get $20. I mean,
Oh,
in
you got
this
a new
day and
car,
age
Frank?
with the prices that things are, the cost of living, it's not a lot of money. The idea is that you're supposed to be fresh out of high school. And these are the jobs you get,
Nice.
and this is why you get,
What is that, a Chrysler?
$13 an hour, whatever it is.
Right, because also, let's be real, teenagers are not the best workers.
Well, also you're getting
Chrysler
job
is that?
experience and life experience, and that's the idea behind it. It's a weird idea, though. Because
300. Nice.
would it be better if things cost a little bit more and you paid people
V8.
a little
Damn,
bit better?
Frank.
I mean, how much would a burger
Now you
have
can
to
drive the
cost
Texas, dude.
if you want to pay everybody who works there $20 an hour?
That'd
I
be a
don't-
good question. I don't actually know.
Right. That was my question, and the question I deal with the hardest isn't even our
I don't think
wages. It's when I buy a phone. How much slave labor is involved in my phone?
Yeah,
Like,
that's real.
Will you take it all the way down to the people that are mining the minerals that are used to make the batteries? Like, it gets dark.
Yeah,
It gets real evil. I mean, you're literally dealing
almost
with
like
child labor.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's, I had a friend of mine explain to me the situation in the Congo where they, it was coltan or
Oh my
coltan, right? There's a mineral
All right,
that's
good night, bro.
Crucial for cell phones that they get. It's literally dug out of the ground with sticks by kids in
Is it
some
like
places.
I also know that there's like
Oh my
toxicity
God,
involved.
we
Like even when
surrendered.
talking about the COVID pandemic, like those miners that were in there like scraping away at the bat dung
Oh.
and they got sick, and they
Yeah.
just died, and everyone was like, "Huh, that's an interesting experiment that we just did."
The worst story that I ever heard was there's two scientists had set up cameras to make I guess video and photographs. They were going to take shots of these bats exiting this cave, and it's a particular cave in Africa that has just millions and millions and millions of bats. And
Okay.
every evening they leave this cave.
Okay.
So they set the cameras up, and they're filming this. And as the bats leave, they shit. And they shit all over these guys. And
Match
millions
found.
and millions and millions of bats shit on these guys, and they developed a hemorrhagic virus. And they
Of
were
course.
dead within days. Yeah, you say, of course. They were fucking scientists studying bats. I mean, I don't know if there was...
That's true. I
Maybe
feel like
they
I
were
only know.
photographers. Maybe they were just photographers.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm getting it wrong. But I mean, this virus, whatever they got, was horrific, and they're bleeding out of their fucking eyeballs, like the whole deal.
Speaking of that, you guys have a bat thing here in Austin.
Yes, yeah. The
Is anyone
bridge.
worried about that?
I don't know. The fucking people go there every night to watch the bats. Everybody seems fine.
It's not an apocalypse. We actually
No.
walked by there last night, and we were like, "Why is everyone hanging out on this bridge?"
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, whatever viruses that have jumped from bats to humans, this is the only one that I'm aware of that has ever been documented. Maybe there have been more. Have there been other coronaviruses that jump from bats to humans? Because I know there's a lot that have jumped from livestock, right?
Oh,
There's-
yeah.
But flus, right? Like avian flu, swine flu. There's many flus have jumped from these really super unnatural conditions where we take these animals and we stuff them into these cages together. And that's,
it makes my heart break.
I'm sure.
like-
And you have a personal connection with cages.
Yep, I don't like
Yeah.
them. I don't like them.
Have there been other coronaviruses that have come out of? Yeah. Well, I know they know of some because that was one of the things that the bat lady from the Wuhan lab had gone to study. And this was one of the revelations that they had perhaps captured some of these bats that were infected with these diseases and done these gain-of-function research
Right,
projects
right.
on them, which it just has come out definitively that Fauci lied to Congress about this. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens there. Probably fucking nothing. Probably fucking nothing because the
We're
world's
over
gone
it.
haywire. Let's concentrate on comedians taking horse dewormer. So what did
It's called zoonotic spillover. So
Yes.
I imagine there being a term for it means it didn't just get developed.
Oh no, well the zoonotic spillover applies to animals. That applies to all animals.
Not just that.
Oh, okay. Well, then the path I'm jumping down is spilling over to humans. It just there's lots of articles in the last year about it though.
But there's a lot of zoonotic spillover for sure. But whether zoonotic spillover has come from bats. Yeah. I don't know whether
More
there's
below you.
ever been like a pandemic that
Because
came
it was saying
from-
vertebrate animals is the length of it.
Satchel out.
Yeah, I'm not an expert in any of this.
Damn, Raze, you really fucked that
Normal.
wall up.
That doesn't stop me from talking shit.
Spike down B.
It's I don't know. It's a weird thing about Austin, that bat thing. People love to go down there and check it out. And it hasn't
Enemy
stopped them at
remaining.
all. Like the coronavirus, they're like, oh, well, it's not here.
They're oblivious. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's a problem. You know, I guess it's the
It's not
bats
that.
don't
It's like
shit
half
on you
HP.
if they don't come in contact with them. But I bet if they did shit on you, I bet if you're in one of them canoes under the bridge, you get shat upon. Like you must. You have to.
It's part of the experience. It's what you paid for.
Maybe they just use umbrellas. Never mind. Give up.
I misread the article, the headline. Instead of as how COVID first jumped, I thought it was saying it was the first to jump, but
30
Oh.
seconds left.
dyslexia kind of.
Spike planted.
No, they don't. Yeah, you know, they're
Folded.
depending upon who you ask, they're 95% sure it came from a lab now.
Yeah,
It's
that's
fascinating.
I've understood that as well. And of course, China would want to cover that up. It's like obvious. Anyone who would be like, why would they ever cover that up?
Go to Sagar and Jetty's Instagram page. He was talking about new revelations that it was either September of 2019 or October. In the middle of the night, one of the scientists from the lab went in and deleted an absurd amount of data, like that corresponds with the very first people that got sick there.
Hey.
So there was 3 people that got sick there. They
Sure.
wound up infecting people around them. One of their spouses wound up dying. And then in that same time period, there it is, September 12th, 2019, as C underscore small underscore discovered, the Wuhan Institute of Virology took its bat
He's in
and
the
rodent
smoke.
pathogen database with 22,000 specimens and sequences offline in the early hours of the morning. So that is most likely when, and Sagar's done an amazing job of covering this stuff, and he's the one that had this very detailed description of all the research
Last player standing.
that he is aware of so far that showed that these 3 people from that lab who got sick wound up infecting other people, and then they think there was some sort of a sports event that it wound up getting into the sports event, and then these people from the sports event had come to Wuhan from other countries, and they went and spread it by plane to other places, and then now we're in lockdown.
Found something. There you go.
Oh. Over the past 50 years, several viruses, including Ebola virus, Marburg virus, Nipah virus, Hendra virus, severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus, which
that
is
a
the first
crab?
SARS,
The hell?
Middle East respiratory coronavirus, MERS, have been linked back to various bat species. Oh, those little fucks. Those little fucks. All those dirty diseases. Those horrible. Those are terrible. Marburg and Ebola. All those fuckers have come from bats. Despite decades of research into bats and the pathogens they carry, the fields of bat virus ecology and molecular biology are still nascent, with many questions largely unexplored, thus hindering our ability to anticipate and prepare for the next viral output. That sounds like a fucking sales pitch for...
Hey, come back, come back. Oh shit, she's still here.
Down A.
Oh no.
Let everybody die.
I didn't know I had the bomb until I got to
Scary
see it.
times.
Yeah, and it goes back to that issue of like saving face,
One
right?
enemy
Like
remaining.
it's
Nice, that's the
Yeah.
ones on
Let's
it.
go, let's go, let's
Well,
go.
that's the Fauci thing when he's being grilled by Rand Paul, and he's saying, "You do not know what you're talking about. When you question Anthony Fauci, you are literally questioning
way.
science."
yeah, that was an unfortunate moment for him.
It's unfortunate in many ways.
Well, also because science is the whole point of science is to question it. So it's a very
Ain't no way.
unscientific thing to say that
Yes.
you can't question me.
Ridiculously unscientific. Yeah. It's. We live in a strange time, and this is a very important time for character. It's a very important time for composure. It's a very important time for ethics and morals, and for people to treat people
Remember that.
in a kind and considerate way. And that has been thrown out the window by a lot of people under the guise of being upset at people's choices, under the guise of the current circumstances. There's many excuses for people in this current very bizarre and unprecedented situation in our lifetimes for people to act horribly, and they're doing it. And you're seeing very poor character from a lot of human beings. Very, very poor character. Wishing people dead, wishing people to get no medical service, wishing people to be ostracized for their choices, even wishing people who have superior immunity, which is immunity that comes from having been infected by COVID, many of them before the virus, before the vaccines rather were ever even available to people. They have superior immunity,
What?
and yet they're still being ostracized because they want additionally vaccinate on top of
One
their
enemy
superior
remaining.
immunity.
Hell, hell,
Immunity
hell,
that's been
hell, hell.
showed by a study of 6 to 13 times
Spike
better
down B.
at avoiding infection than the immunity that you get from the vaccine. And that's the initial
Who is talking?
burst
Oh,
of
it's
the
Bryson. What's up, bro?
immunity that you get from the vaccine.
Can you hear me? Are you playing? Okay. I'm sorry, I was listening to Joe Rogan and your voice kind of popped up and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Let me finish this unrated game. I'll try and get us the forfeit. Yo, can we forfeit? I kind of gotta go to sleep.
Only one B.
One enemy remaining.
What? Can we be
Spike
main?
down B.
A is clear.
Mid, probably.
That would've been correct. Did you just practice with your team? How'd it go? Did you play against? Or was it just like each other? Yeah. So it was like A team versus B team, got fucking obliterated. So how'd you do? Like, did you play well or did you play like shit?
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Okay, I only have like 78 grenades left. Hopefully.
Please, 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 please. Okay, I'm throwing. They think I'm not gonna throw now.
You need armor, yeah, you got it. Yo, pass me the bomb, brother. For the Phoenix.
I know exactly where you are.
Brother
You
Phoenix.
will not kill my allies.
I don't know. He's trolling. They're probably all three in garage.
Yeah, that's Silva was garage. The last two were B main. I mean B site.
I realized I queued forfeit. I thought you guys couldn't hear me why I needed to leave, but I realized my mic didn't work. My bad. I'll actually play now. That was a brilliant flash.
30
Let's
seconds
go, dude.
left.
Literally game winner. Watch. I missed the.
Last player standing.
Gotcha.
Nice.
I'm just diff. That's how it comes down to. I'm just better. Body gang soul snatcher. Alright, let's hurry up and win this game, yeah?
I need to blow something up. Get out of my way!
Cover going out.
Reloading.
This game's cool.
Hey, do you have heal?
Spike down A.
Thank you.
Three down. I have the spike.
Streets raise me. I'm
Last
a
player
hoe.
standing. One enemy remaining.
Battle Rari, just so I
Praise
can
be.
go faster.
Probably mid by now.
Okay, let me close out all these tabs. There we go.
Thirty seconds left.
Spike planted.
He dropped. Gotta go, gotta go.
Must I do everything?
You go.
Streets raise me. I'm a hoe. Battle Rari, just so I can go.
One dead. Reloading.
He's one tap in there.
Out of time. One enemy remaining.
No 80.
Satchel out. Stay with me. Satchel out. Who said this wouldn't be fun? I'm having a blast.
Embarrassing. Come on, let's go.
Spike down A.
Go sight, bro. Wow, that
I
time.
know exactly
I lose.
Precision kill. Satchel out.
One enemy remaining.
Woo! Let's go. I thought I was
Let's
gonna lose.
go.
They're
Nah, no, I
insane.
never thought you were gonna. I knew you were gonna win, bro.
Super easy to pick up.
Nah.
Nah, you got clutch genes, king.
Thank you, bro. It's because Sean Kingston was playing. No kids.
That's pretty random. I've never heard that before, bro.
That's why I clutched.
What song was it, bro?
It was fire burning. Low key, but I turned up.
Enemy spotted.
Hey, yo, Sage, you got heal?
Eliminate.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, she's pillar. She's probably going around. Oh, good stuff. Will you pick up glitch pop right there to the right? Behind you? Oh, Sage.
Last round before the switch.
Either spend all your money or give it to me. Good cause either way.
We will reveal their secrets.
Nowhere to run! Going up. Cover going out.
No. She's gay. She's gay.
Like,
There's 2 in heaven. I mean 3.
Last player standing.
Clutch, clutch, clutch. Oh, good try, dude.
My bad.
It's not your fault. It's really bad. Just because Sean Kingston wasn't playing.
Switching sides.
How is he not blind?
Hell.
One enemy remaining.
He's main.
Player standing.
Oh,
You were about.
good stuff, Sage.
They want to dance? I'll leave.
hard throwing.
Shadows traveling.
They're mid.
Going out.
I can't beat that. I can't beat.
It's okay. It's okay. Running gun is gay. I think they're going A.
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
You got this. You clutch. You got a flash. One's ramp.
Spike planted.
Running gun. Running gun.
New fight, new tactics, keep it fresh,
Damn.
yeah?
I didn't cue that, I swear.
Cap.
No cap. I'll clip the shit.
Cap.
I'll clip it and send it to your Discord. I ain't fucking click shit.
Okay.
There's one of you fucks trying to frame me.
Might
Okay.
be cancer.
How did my classic skin? The fuck? Bryson, this patch is bugged, dude. My classic skin just disappeared.
Last player standing.
My classic skin just disappeared mid-game. What the fuck?
Spike planted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Trying.
classic,
Teammates
alright?
won't do it. Damn.
Jets grounded. Headshot.
Bruh, my crosshair was on his fat face.
Who has a fat face?
What's up?
What'd you say?
I said my crosshair was on his fat face. Except for my bullet went to the right. Maybe I walked or something.
Damn. My live stream is 4 likes. The fuck? How did he get 4 likes? That's okay.
Get out of my way.
It's
Oh, that shit hurted, bro. Dude, my regular classic is shooting prime bullets. What the fuck is happening? My game is so fucked.
Sage is lit. Sage is so low. She went back.
like 40 jet.
One enemy remaining.
Aim it. Nice.
Let's go, boy.
Stand tall. We are fighters. We are fighters. Let's make some chaos.
What the heck?
They're pros, dude.
Bomb buddy out.
The fuck?
Whoa, 1 sewer.
Got you, fam.
Good trade.
Oh, get my trade, get my trade.
Careful now.
Oh,
Last player standing.
we threw.
Buy stuff, ka-ching, little skrrr, and we're done. Yeah?
Damn.
Nowhere to run! Sorry, bro.
Sure.
Bruh, they ran sewers then. Yup, but the freaking game.
I know exactly where you are.
One's main, B main. One's B main.
Triple,
One's
baby.
mid. Yeah, I can be
Going up.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
What drop?
Last player
Okay,
standing.
he's lit. This is your ace.
Careful
That
now.
booty is licious.
Hey,
You thought you could come against
You
us.
should have ate him.
Look at me.
No charges
I
left.
know that I am by your side. I need to blow something up.
Neat. Spike drop mid.
Careful now. You're out.
Yeah, she just got messed up.
Enemy down.
Good shot, bro.
Nice. Thank you. They're probably spawn.
one enemy remaining.
Reloading.
Bet he's gonna come from vent.
Found him.
Oh, he's not vent. I'm about to double set.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
Don't ever do that again, bro.
30 seconds left.
Yo, I sneezed. Trust. Where he at? Found him.
Found him.
You have split.
I know exactly.
Peek him now. Nice. That man lagged.
Trust me, I sneezed.
Match point.
Nah, bro, you insta-locked the race, do that shit, dude. Nah. Nope. You can't play Raze anymore. Nope.
Earlier.
True. Don't listen to him, King. You're doing your best. True.
They're gonna be in their spawn, right?
Yeah, I think one. Sova spawned.
Come on, let's go!
Satchel out. Satchel out. Reloading.
They're on top of a wall. They're on a wall. They're on a wall.
One enemy remaining.
Got one.
Last player standing.
Such a
He's
kid.
res.
Run, run. Bootylicious fucking kick. If you lose, you're gay.
Watch this shit.
You will 30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Oh.
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
What am I watching?
Defenders
Don't
win.
ever interlock Phoenix.
I didn't. I
But-
picked. All right, you here? Okay. Just popped off. Not really. Look at this. Hour 19.
Stream 85.
Why are diamond queues so long?
Because there's like 4 people playing this game.
Why are you talking in party chat? What do you mean there's like 4 people playing this game?
Match found.
Actually, I queued into somebody from A&M. Don't play Jet anymore. She's fucking terrible.
Still good.
I'm talking in game chat now. Back to Omen, baby. Do any pro teams run Reyna? Is it common? But why is that? Hmm.
Reyna, the souls you consume. Do you hear their voices as I do?
Turret out.
Yummy. Gross.
Reloading.
Hello, team.
What the fuck?
What's up, Joe?
She ate that shit.
Dude,
I ate that
how
shit.
did- oh, I'm so.
I need heal. Oh, I'm hurting.
Bro, how the
Sage,
fuck did
can I
that
get a
do
heal?
what?
Or are you throwing our game?
No, heal me, I'm lower.
No, he's throwing our game. He's throwing our game. It doesn't matter.
Heal me, I'm lower.
No, he's throwing our game, Bryson.
Sage, 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 Sage. Yo, heal, heal, heal.
Yep. That's what this elo calls for.
Rail's not ready.
Cover going out.
Nice.
Enemy spotted. 30
Nice.
seconds left.
Backside, backside.
Backside.
One TP.
One was elbow, one was elbow. Pretty sure.
I killed him.
Actually, never mind, never mind, never mind.
One CT, one hookah.
I'm dead.
You are not dead.
I'm watching drop.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yo, anybody else Valorant just been like shutting off the client? Just me.
No, my
Just shut
fucking
off?
my Prime Classic
just
turned
closes.
into a normal classic and it shoots Prime bullets. So
Oh shit.
shit's going down,
Yeah, like
bro.
the whole shuts off. It's weird. Doesn't even give me like a warning or nothing.
Someone come shower.
Dude, this
with
new
me.
patch like bugged the entire game.
Turret out.
I don't know what the
One
fuck they
shower,
did.
one more shower, please.
I'll go.
Okay, man.
I got it.
Close left.
I got it.
Close right.
Close
He has a
right.
shorty, I think. Yep. No, like right here. Oh,
No.
what the? How did he get away?
He TP'd.
Placing swamp grenade.
Me neither, but he did it.
Bomb buddy out.
Reload.
Virgin.
For you. One enemy remaining.
Get my gun.
Reloading.
It's a gun. That's good.
I surrounded by minha família.
We
won't
won't
lose.
lose.
prisoners.
You want TP?
Bomb buddy out.
Can you set up something up her flank?
Enemy spotted me. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. Placing swarm grenade.
Should rotate. Should rotate.
Spike down.
Down
B.
bomb.
What the fuck just happened?
How did I not turn that?
Last player standing.
Good luck.
Where are we going this time? Remember what worked in the past. Can I get a drop?
Can someone buy me a Spectre? Kind of broke.
Thanks.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about.
Go get him.
Fake TP, probably.
It's your routine.
On top of her wall.
One's backside. Two backside.
You can rotate.
You kind of have sight already, no point.
Still in sight.
Headshot.
One CT.
Hit 80.
One enemy remaining.
Those guys have it.
Satchel out.
Let's go.
We won because we were focused. Keep that.
Give me a bomb, Killjoy.
Give him the bomb, Killjoy.
Let's make some chaos. Turret out. Bomb buddy out.
Elbow.
Hey, he's open.
Go
Maybe
B.
one
We
here.
have sight B. Go.
Well, calm down, big guy.
This guy's calming A's open when y'all are on site. I don't understand.
Probably flank. Oh,
Never had a doubt. Let's keep it going.
Joe Rogan?
The defense.
Yeah, were you? Did you see my stream? Dude, it's really interesting. What clip was it of? I'll tell you in a sec. Hold on. Yori's about to. Yeah. So she's like, her roommate got killed in Italy, and her roommate got killed in Italy, and the Italian police just basically like, fuck it, you did it, and then sent her to jail for 5 years.
Fire in the hole.
Sort of. Yeah, she was like a really big deal because she got basically they're like, yeah, she didn't actually do it, and then
Just go beat.
so it was really.
Just go beat.
I haven't listened to the full thing. I'm at like 2.5 hours in, but yeah, it's really interesting. Like basically, they found all the dude that actually murdered her's DNA at the place, but they basically said that she cleaned up all of her DNA and only left his, and tried to accuse him of the crime. Yeah, basically the judge just made up a fake scenario in order to get someone. It's crazy, dude. And she barely knew how to speak Italian, so like they're interrogating her, like screaming at her. She doesn't even know what they're saying. Like that was Rogan, dude. Jeter Portenson.
Get out of my way.
Shadows traveling.
You got bomb on him?
Yeah, you do have bomb.
Who gave me bomb?
One enemy remaining.
Nice bait. He's flank. Oh.
Come on, give it to me, bro.
This fucking rat. It's behind your wall.
Shoot the wall.
Reloading. Time to stock back up.
Here, Killjoy, your little prize.
Thanks for claiming that.
Holy shit, you're going off. What the fuck?
Think of it as like her head or something.
Can I see yours?
Let's start this party.
Bitch. Should I get that kill and heal me?
Let's just not go there.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Unless you haven't.
Can you smoke, Evan?
You already have it.
He's there. In heaven, in heaven. Where am I?
So what I mean?
Shit, you got me.
What was happening? How did I get there? I'm so fucking confused. Yoru's heaven. One CT.
On showers, showers.
Heaven CT shower.
Shower.
He has your heaven. He don't want you all.
Last player standing.
Here comes the party.
One enemy remaining.
Last guy, you haul. Oh. Nice. Nice job, man. You know you wouldn't make it. I hit that sage 8 times in the leg.
Let's go B. I'll just ult it for him long.
Oh my god.
Attackers
What the fuck happened? Was it really that bad? That was the quickest win ever. What the hell? 20 RR. How much did you get? Damn. That was good. That was some freeload in. Hell yeah. Let's see how this shit's doing now. That was the quickest one ever. 20 RR. How much did you get? It's good. Was some free. Why'd you put that dumbass emoji, bro? What the fuck? Rogan experience. Joe Rogan podcast. Check it out.
This intro is so weird.
It is, but it's really good. Like, I listen to it at work all day whenever I'm doing shit. Like, I just fucking sit there, just listening to it. Like, tomorrow, I don't know which one I'm gonna listen to, but it's gonna be whichever one's out. I guess I'll finish the Amanda Knox one. I'm not listening to the fucking... Actually, I don't know if I want to listen to the psychiatrist one. Dude, have you listened to the Billy Corbin one?
No.
It's interesting. He made like a thing called Cocaine Cowboys, like a documentary.
What are you talking about? Oh, was it a recent one?
No, it's like a 2000 whatever one. But it is a recent podcast, but
I haven't really been watching Joe Rogan, but
I don't watch like half of them. Like the Billy Corbin one is interesting, but he's like super far left wing, but it was kind of hard to listen to some of them, some parts of it. Cuz he just had some to be honest, he had some really bad takes and stuff, but it's okay.
watch the You On Me Park one. That one was good.
You on me?
Except this lady is like, a lot of people think she's lying.
Wait, what is it called? Wait, what's her name?
You On Me Park. She
What
escaped
episode
from
is
North
that?
Korea. It's 1691.
Oh, I started watching it. I guess I didn't finish it. That's gonna be interesting.
She's like very conservative. You can just tell by how she fucking.
Well, no shit. She escaped a communist country, bro. Like,
yeah, I know,
duh.
It's funny, dude.
Shit, like that's why
lot of
all these
people
like
think that she, like,
Cuban are
lied about her
terrified.
story, too.
Yeah, I doubt it. Fucking, that's why people are like so scared of Democrats, bro. Like these like Cubans and shit are shitting bricks. Oh my god, we're playing Fracture.
I don't even know how to play this map, I'll be honest.
I played this map once in comp and got thrashed 13-3.
Dude, I dropped 40 my first time.
Bro, what is wrong with my mic settings?
Bro.
Also.
Yo, do you need smokes on this map? Let's be real.
Yes. Yes, you do. You really do.
I don't know, bro, to be honest.
Who the fuck do you play for smokes on this map? Like,
I mean, Viper's pretty good on this map, but...
Yo,
Viper.
try and make out one word that this Reyna has in her name. Like, you can't even make out a word that's in her fucking...
Holy shit.
Yo, Reyna, did you just, like, bash your forehead on the keyboard and that's what you got?
You want one.
I don't know
Shit,
anymore.
I don't know, bro.
Dude, I don't know who to play.
I don't know, bro. Shit, you're guessing better than mine, to be honest.
Fuck, man, this is so scuffed.
It is, bro, but Viper's pretty OP on this map.
Oh, thank God.
Holy shit.
Dude, last time I played that map, I had 40, though.
Match found.
Okay, what is wrong with my fucking mic?
I don't know. I mean, the game is, like, completely... Dude, I haven't played Haven in so long. Like actually, I haven't played Haven in probably like this entire act and like the last half of last act. Dude, I haven't. Holy shit! I forgot this map existed.
Fucking KO.
Fucking KO.
Like what?
I don't know. Frank was gonna get on and then he decided he wanted to go to sleep. Oh, you're playing Reyna? Do you even know how to play Reyna?
Yes, I'm a fucking Reyna man, dude.
What, in your comp team or in your fucking
No.
your uni team?
I don't know. Reyna's an easy character.
You don't you don't have the passion, you don't have the aggression.
Just run in, flash, dismiss.
No, you have to have the mindset. If I die, it's everyone else's fault and I'm a god.
Yep.
That's the mindset you have to have to play Reyna. With Raze, you just gotta be like a cracked out fucking redneck to play. You know? Raze is like Octane, you know?
No,
Hello,
not
team.
really. No.
From Apex Legends?
Yo.
No.
Dude, she literally like throws bombs at her feet to go faster. That's literally what he does.
No.
We winning.
It's like Junkrat.
Yes.
Overwatch.
Yeah.
What's up?
I would put Octane in the same category as that.
They really did just copy Overwatch, bro.
Yeah.
Like Omen is the exact
Jet short.
replica of fucking.
We didn't go short. It's not good.
I don't know the character's name, but
Oh, Reaper.
yeah.
3.
Oh my god. Fucking arrow. One's heaven. Sova heaven.
One enemy remaining.
Last heaven.
I'm 1 HP. Don't. Oh, okay. Never doubted
Yeah,
you.
that's so like
huh?
his dick is right through that smoke, dude.
What?
Is that so dinky through the smoke too?
Yeah, he only
Alright,
scanned me. That's why.
Yeah, he just shit on us there.
Raze and
Yeah, you already know you buy Phantom here, guys.
Raze and
Phantom light armor. Let's go.
someone go short with Raze. Whoever wants to do that.
Yep, I'm just gonna go die to a shorty real quick. Give me a sec.
Yeah, me too. Hold on.
Bet. She's there. Get her.
He's not getting away.
Get her, bitch ass. Thank you.
I got him.
Don't plant default. He's gonna shock dart you. Wow.
Plants default.
Fucking next to default.
Sage.
Yeah, oh, barely out the range.
Sage. Watch flank. Someone watch flank. Someone watch.
Flank.
I was like,
Dude, I'm so mad.
Last player standing.
Bro, this movement is so bad, bro.
One enemy remaining.
He's classic, bro. Rush him before he gets a gun.
No, don't. Forget rec click. Go back.
Bro,
Ah,
don't listen to
Backseat
him,
game,
bro.
guys. Yo,
Stop
get my
backseat game.
phantom. Get my phantom. Oh, fucking right there. Oh, graffiti.
Stop backseat gaming, bitch.
Panicked.
I'm gonna backseat game all of you, and you're gonna like it.
Backseat some bitches on your cock.
Bob's not
What?
in there, like,
You heard me.
What did he say?
What did he say?
I can see some bitches on this cock.
What do you mean by that?
Nah, bro. He likes men.
Big facts.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Same
Fuck
thing.
are you?
Whoa! What's she doing there?
Down A.
Alright, Sage, you go.
Nice blind, bro.
Nobody.
Kill him, please. Thank you. Fuck. Somebody heal our Omen.
Nah, he doesn't need it.
He really needs it.
He's swinging, swinging. That damn swinging Sally, bro.
One enemy remaining.
CT, CT.
Last player
I'll
standing.
let them get.
Stuck in the mud.
Let's
I
go.
mean, Sage. How does he
I
not
had
kill
a
him
slow
though?
out.
Bro, he was throwing a slow. He was throwing a slow.
No way you're
Yeah,
throwing
I
a
was slow.
slow, bro.
Nah, bro, he slowed him
Yeah,
down.
yeah. I was
He's
trying to
already
slow
in
down
your
the
slow,
shit,
dude.
bro. Yeah, trying to slow their bullets.
Sage.
I'm slowing their bullets.
Yeah. It's like breach.
Yeah.
Alright, let's not
Hey
go
guys,
A.
let's push A for the 4th round in a row.
Let's do it, bro.
No, let's go B, let's go B.
Wait, I'll throw a
Nah,
boom
bro,
bot. Let me
push
throw a
away.
boom bot short.
Go
Let me
in
throw-
so it doesn't work.
Let me throw a boom bot short.
Alright, fine.
We go
And
A
then-
until they
Alright,
fire.
Raz,
Stop
dude,
dying to
nobody
that goddamn
loses.
Reyna then.
No, you. Maybe use your util, huh?
Damn. You're really absorbing that mentality, bro.
Was you too?
Oh my god.
Bro,
Res me, res me,
alright, yeah,
res
I'm
me,
going
res
to
me,
use
res
it.
me,
Goddamn, bro.
res me. Res me, Sage. Sage.
We gotta get over there first.
One
Res me,
heaven.
Sage. Oh my
Ah,
god.
fuck.
Okay, we win the round anyway.
Well, Sova's heaven.
Fine. Long.
One enemy remaining.
Throw a
Alright.
thing up there. Throw your V, legacy. There we go. There we go.
Is that bound to your V?
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, I mean on
Go A, go A,
on
go A.
Raze it's E, so
We go A every single
like,
round.
my
in
name is
attack.
E on Raze.
Brother, yeah, I'm going short this time. Holy shit.
We
Hey,
hit
man, I'll just
A
ult this
every
time.
single round.
I mean, can someone buy me real quick so we can save some eco?
No.
I'm good.
Yo, why do you have a Spectre?
I'm bonusing. Unlike you guys, I'm not dying every round.
Damn, bro, what's that supposed to mean?
My bad.
Taking the fall for you, buddy.
Did
You
you
need
guys
some-
not die?
Bitch was on your dick.
Sova heaven.
Fuck
There's
so.
an arrow and fucking.
I don't
peacock.
care. No, he can't. Oh, he's fucking nice. Nice.
Wait, what?
This
Where?
is hell.
I'll
Hell.
say something.
I'm just kind of. Dude, we're gonna get
Bro,
aced by a killjoy.
Last player standing.
One heaven, one CT.
Alright, you got it?
Out of turn.
Oh,
Shock dart.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh, pound my pussy, please. You know he's not gonna sleep that.
No!
You are an ass.
Dude, you're a shitter, bro. Get some
You are
kills on
an
the board.
ass. You are an ass.
Omen, use your utility, bro. You're a support player.
Alright,
You are
alright.
ass.
We get him to 4-stack A again. I toss a boom bot and then we immediately just dip. Actually,
No, they have
Sage, go over there.
B, yeah.
Sage, go all the way to C
I'm
and then
B.
just walk
Yeah,
on.
Just slow walk. Just slow walk up there.
Alright, whatever. I'll go deal on this.
We gotta fake like we're going A and then
Yeah.
Sage just
We're
slow
gonna
walk
we're gonna
C.
full fake. We're gonna full
Yeah,
fake, and
full
then Sage
fake.
is just gonna go plant C.
Yes, yes.
Don't peek long, Sage.
Out. Okay, we're good. You're
I
good. You're
told
good. They're gonna think we're going there.
Okay, did you guys sell it or no?
We sold it a little bit. They're smoking and shit and shooting, so.
Wall garage when we get on.
120.
Go for it. Go for it. Now it's now or never.
It's now. Bitch, go! Fucking go, bitch!
Garage.
Garage.
Why you? I just said garage.
Down. C.
Wait, no.
I have this bite.
Just plan it. Just plan it.
He ulted from CT.
You have a long flank coming. You might want to go play long.
You should run. One
Garage.
enemy remaining.
Was CT.
It's not.
Nice. Free op. Free
Wow.
op.
That right there is
Do you
a
want
good
op or no?
player. Unlike our Sage 1 and 6. No offense.
Sorry, someone get here still.
Bro, I signed up for you, bro.
Alright. So we do the same thing. But switch. Alright, so Sage
Do
just
the
takes...
same thing, but we actually
Yeah.
hit A.
Exactly. You know what? Let's do that. That sounds cool.
Wait, we should have one lurk mid, because they're just like fucking.
Nah.
Yeah, someone lurk mid.
I got ult.
KO.
I got it.
Right, you see the Reyna?
Bro.
Ow!
This guy always gets
Yo,
on.
I'm down. I'm down. She's
You got
here.
time. You got time. I got you. I got you.
I got 5 seconds. 4 seconds, please. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, you're amazing.
It's over heaven.
Man. Hey, Sage, do you have a heal?
No.
Watch flank.
Good nade.
God nade, actually.
They flank!
One enemy remaining.
Long, I think. Nice shot.
We're just better. I think that's all it comes down to. At the beginning of that sentence, I always think fucking Rain is gonna say under the sea. I don't know why. That song like if you go listen to it on like YouTube, it sounds completely different from
It
what
should
you
be
think it
free, right?
is. Like it sounds like it, but it doesn't have like the same
If
beat.
we sell it.
It's not as strong. I don't know how to explain it.
You know, let's just go A again.
Yeah, dude. So it's close. Damn, they're playing smart now.
I'm coming to Rose. I'm coming to Rose. Hold it, hold it, hold it.
There's two side right now, at least. How's he alive? Where's that? Right side, right side.
I don't have any smokes. I don't have any smokes.
Wait for me, wait for me, wait for me,
Backside,
wait for me, wait for me.
You just blinded the fuck out of me.
One enemy remaining.
I was like a personal problem, bitch.
Probably flank.
I'm blind. Alright, just go see his free delivery. It has to be.
Yeah, rush C.
Don't worry, I'll sell it on A.
Nope, nope, full rush C. Come on.
Nah, bro.
No,
Nah, bro, I need, I
just come see.
need them.
Come see, come see. There's
Just
no
come
point
see,
in one
see,
A.
yeah. Just wasting time.
Can you just like dart this corner right here so we know if they're close?
I bet you they don't. Yeah, they don't even. Smoke of the year.
No smoke.
That was crazy, bro. That's a crazy smoke.
Sage, can you wall that?
We push out. We overextend and give him our guns.
Alright.
You know what?
Let me flash, let me flash, I can flash.
He's a judge.
What you guys say?
Oh my! Oh my! He's in window. Oh, you got folded.
One enemy remaining. Reloading.
Nice.
Reloading.
You guys are getting trained on like a prime Mia Khalifa and a Brazzers BBC porn, if you get what I'm saying, type beat.
Huh?
Why'd you say prime? She's an athlete, bro. You can't be saying that, man.
Could be gross, alright.
Needing help.
I'm heaven.
Could be short. We didn't check it, but
Oh, 2 CT. Oh no, is this the round we lose?
Not with me on the case.
Another one CT.
One enemy remaining.
Are you fucking kidding me?
we don't lose these.
These guys fucking suck.
Anyone have any splints?
Are we gonna get another forfeit?
Nah, we're just better.
Multiple fingers.
Can we get 2 FFs in a row, please?
Our Sage is popping off.
The Sage going sicko dicko mode.
Yeah, you gotta play, try hard parent.
All this for plus 12 RR, bro.
I'm about to average a goddamn
can we trade
triple double, bro, for 15 already.
Alright, I'm
I
all
love
over
this
here.
game.
You know, I'm just kidding. I want it.
Holy shit.
Bro, they're all there. Every single person is
Silver
there.
short, silver short.
Silver short. Kill him. Left corner.
Left
Left
corner, right. Nice.
Got mine.
Res him.
Man, I'm feeling like 10s out here.
I get
Oh,
the
one
res
flank,
now?
one
Somebody
flank, one
res
flank,
him.
one
Short
flank.
or no?
Somebody.
Yes,
What are
flank
y'all
short.
doing?
Or long, he could've went long.
Probably he's long now.
He could be long, Sage.
He is long.
Yeah, he's long.
Last player standing.
I wanted to wall off first.
One enemy remaining.
You're an ass. How do you not win that? I would've won that. Sage. Are you boosted?
Still different.
Pocket Sage.
I'm walling off that first.
But,
Last round in the half.
you know, it doesn't even matter. These kids are
I just
ass.
had to
Oh, I
hit
got-
my buy
I got-
button like 8
I got
times.
Fortnite down. On res.
Roar. You trying to go see? What's the word?
Let's
I mean,
go
since every
CT.
single one of them played on A last round, I think it might be the smart idea.
Just go CT.
Get out of my way. Bomb buddy out.
Oh, thank you.
What is going on, bro?
One enemy remaining.
Someone's B.
You're welcome.
Nice.
It's all about baiting your teammates.
Yeah, dude. This
This has literally just been the easiest game.
now we're about to lose like 11 straight, dude.
For real.
Nah, there's no.
We're like just crazy good on attack, but we just
They're only
cannot
good
hold
players. There
anything.
ain't none. That's it. But I've been shitting on them.
Our only good players are Reyna, bro.
True.
Our only good player is Sage.
You know, tired of hearing you.
For real. You need to step it up.
They're about to do the same thing we did, so a million times in a row.
I'm getting like 20% packet loss. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
We just run it down, just shit on them. That's it.
Smoking long.
Oh my god, 90 on Killjoy, bro.
And we showed him the strats.
Engineer killed.
Jet's also short.
Dude, your
for
smokes are
30.
fucking Division 1, bro.
Spike down A.
Jet short.
Let's see.
One enemy remaining.
Bro, where are they looking?
Dude, I'm lagging so hard.
That Sobo was really trying to figure out what material that wall was.
I did.
Need a drop.
Why
This is
not?
just- This is different. This is why I say Pla is easier than gold, bro.
You're in plat.
Just,
Oh my god,
just
you're
no-